see how cold it is out today. It's probably gonna be around, right now, 15, 16 degrees. Let's see if this actually feels that way. Yeah, it's cold. It's a bit cold. Both my tires are flat, or almost flat. It's clean, but it has had no maintenance over the winter. So when I get back from my trip in April, I'm gonna have to do a few things to get this thing back up into shape. So I've had this thing for 3 to 4 years. I really do recommend this thing. It's a Smart Gauge D2 from Topeak. It swivels. It's on a swivel, so you can adjust it that way. It's got a little switch between Presta and Schrader, which is kind of nice. You can switch the measurements in bars, PSI. I think there's another one that you can measure. It's got a little purge valve right here. So you can fine tune it if you want to drop it down a PSI or two. But overall, it's held up well. 3 to 4 years of use, and this is the first time that I can't use it because the battery's low. So, but oh, it's back up. I'm gonna check the front, do the back, and I'm gonna get some extra flows, and we'll be on our way. So right now I'm driving to a parking spot. There is some trails along the river. I'm not going to tell anyone where they are. But this is a spot I go to kind of in the early springtime before anything else really opens up. The dirt should be frozen. It's about 20 degrees right now. The sun's coming out, so it's not going to be too long before it's probably going to get muddy, unfortunately. But I think I'm starting early enough. I think the temperature is good enough to get a little bit of riding in. And then once the trails unfreeze, we'll just be doing a little bit more just pavement, basically. Quite a tricky spot right here. You have to come like around this corner real sharp, cut in the inside. The dirt's actually pretty slick. It's still below freezing. There's a lot of leaves, and these trails are kind of sketchy because they're a little bit off camber, and like if you get too close to the edge, you just like slide off because everything just doesn't have a lot of grip. So I actually might lower my tire pressure just a tad because it's super slick right now. But yeah, no, these are just fun trails to get out on, and probably just gonna ride it for a little bit longer and start to talk about the channel. I'm trying to get down here without dying. Yeah, not bad. Lots of ice everywhere. But I'm a little closer. See the falls. Still a bunch of ice everywhere. But yeah. Today I feel a little bit skittish on the bike. It's been a while since I've been on two wheels and on a trail and things like that, so feeling a little bit rough, a little bit sore. Really, all I've been doing all winter is weightlifting, a little bit of cardio. So I feel like my cardio is going to be
Kind of a challenge this year because last year I was able to get out a little bit and ride kind of in the winter time, but that's not the case this year. And oh well, that's okay. I don't expect to be getting on so many legitimate trails here in Minnesota for probably till late April. I have a trip coming up in early April, or starting April 1st. I'll be going to Japan for 2 weeks, so that's exciting. A lot of people use these trails around this time of the year and in the summer, and yeah, it's a nice area. But yeah, tons of trails back here, tons of hiking. And if you guys remember last year was a rough year for my biking adventures. 2 crashes, one at Spirit Mountain and then one. The second one I really didn't talk about too much. If you follow me on social media on like Instagram, you probably know I had a second crash, but that really, the second one really did me in mentally. It was not a pretty crash. I don't even know if I really talked about the crash on video. I did a few runs through the trail, got used to the jumps and how they felt. But for whatever reason, on the 3rd or 4th attempt on one of the jumps, overshot it and landed flat. Couldn't hold on to the bike when I landed flat. Basically smashed my face into the ground. I'm still kind of dealing with some pain in my neck. And this is real talk. This is like, that really set me back. That really put some thoughts of just how fucking dangerous this sport is. And for a while, you know, I know a few of you know that right after that crash, I almost just stopped. I almost stopped biking because it just affected me so much mentally and physically, and my face was, you know, not completely destroyed, but it was not pretty. So it wasn't fun. Last year wasn't fun. 2 crashes. I had a lot of fun rides and experiences and took a long trip. So the whole year was fun, but there was just those 2 things that really did affect me mentally. And even today, in early 2025, it's still there. It's still there. So I think the more I get back into riding, and I think I just really need to focus on what kind of risk assessments that I take this year. I honestly want to take it a notch back. I want to take it a notch down. Unfortunately, it's just for me at this point, it's not that I want to stop riding. It's not that I want to stop doing some kind of gnarly things, but I just need to, I think, understand. I need to dial it back for my own health. It's just like a harsh reality that I have to kind of address and look at. And that doesn't mean it's the end of the channel. That doesn't mean it's the end of me mountain biking. It's just I had to start really taking a look at what's going on, what's worth it to me, what's not worth it to me. And I've always been comfortable saying no to things and saying, I'll pass. I have no problem saying things like that. So I think just this year I just got to take a harder look at it, be a little bit more strict on what I'm doing, and just find other avenues, I think, to fill some gaps in, if there is a gap in my riding. But don't worry, that means I'm not stopping making videos. That doesn't mean I'm not going to keep, riding and things like that. It's just I have to take a closer look at myself, my riding, and what I'm doing. But I hope that's not a Debbie Downer or anything like that. That's just me being honest with you guys. It's been a cold winter, and I am so excited to be back and have a little bit of warmth coming back here in Minnesota. But who knows? It's only March. It could snow. It could get cold. Really cold again. But I would say overall, a relatively okay first ride back on the trails. This year, I don't really have any set expectations, so I want to get out to Thunder Bay this year. That was one thing that I set out to try and film. That didn't happen, so I think I'm gonna try to get out there probably, I would say, midsummer, maybe even late summer, because I know for sure that there still isn't too much coverage of Thunder Bay. You know, I think that'd be cool. So I'm already going to like Japan, and then if I go to Canada, that's 2 different countries in 1 year, and I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'm gonna try that. I don't think I'm gonna plan any trips out west because the Japan trip is taking up quite a bit of things. Obviously going to Thunder Bay, I'm gonna have to plan out something. Maybe get out to the East Coast, maybe get out to like North Carolina or something like that. We'll just have to see. I'm just excited to be back, start doing some more filming. And last year was a fun year. Don't get me wrong. Last year was a fun year. I did a lot of cool projects. So like the early April trip out west, I did some really cool videos out there. Schloptober was actually one of my favorite videos that I've done. I did that it happened late October, early November. That was a really fun event and group ride. I'll be definitely doing it again this year. Yeah, besides all that, nothing too major. You all may be asking me, so you're gonna be in Japan for 2 weeks. Are you gonna do any biking? Potentially. I know there's obviously a bike park. We'll see. It's the time that I'm going, I don't think it's actually open. But either way, I'm gonna try to find a bike and ride around Japan, and probably do a video here on this channel and do a video on my other channel, Past Future. So if you guys didn't know, I have a second channel. I've only done a few videos on that channel so far. A lot of the content's gonna be around Japan and just any other travels or behind the scenes. And it's obviously not mountain biking centric, but if you guys want to check out my other channel, Past Future, I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check it out. And if you want to support me over there on that channel as well, that's much appreciated. But with all that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys want to see more content like this from me, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next trail.